And we are live. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Adda. Namaste, Namaskara. This is your host, Ravindra Kenchappa. This week, we're back again with the second episode of this week. And I'm sure by now you all know what we're going to talk about since we are back with the IPL season after the big, or maybe not that big, because suspension drama. So we're going to talk about RCB versus KKR, which is going to happen on 17th May 2025 at our own cricket stadium, which is Chinnaswamy. And to speak about this, we yet again have our friend Sparsh on board. Let's welcome. Oh my God, RCB jersey and all. Wow.
Yes.
I think last time RCB और DC के बाद जो हमने मैच हारा है ना चिन्नस्वामी में. So I hope your jersey is going to change it this time. How are you, Sparsh? अभी भी विराट
I'm
के गम
great.
में हो या बाहर आ
वो
गए?
तो वो तो नहीं उभरेगा. That will stay and that will especially hit in when India play in England. When the second wicket falls and when someone not named Virat Kohli comes out to bat, that will be a tough moment. But फिलहाल के लिए तो let's focus on the IPL getting started again.
Very good, great. I understand what you're saying, but let's see. I hope we play well in England. I think this is the best time to assess even Gautam Gambhir because now he can't give any reason. Now because he's going to have his team which he wants. So let's talk about the excuse me. Let's talk about the suspension saga, right? हमें तो लगा कि ये war चलने वाला है, and there were rumors saying this IPL will happen post England. It might not happen in India. We might move it to South Africa, but we have to give credit to BCCI because they are called legends for a reason. We are back. So how was your last 1 week? क्या लगा था कि मैच शुरू होने वाला है नहीं होने वाला है कि and did you feel that the momentum which RCB had was going to get hampered? So how was your 1 week?
Good 1 week on a personal level. So I traveled back home from Jaipur, where my college is. So yeah, back at home now, all good and momentum. So definitely, I mean, RCB they were on a roll, and it felt like they would have won literally anything up against them. And this halt, it definitely will be, I think, a momentum breaker. And now Hazel would be, I think, he's not available for the first game at least. So सब मिला के, let's see how it happens, how it pans out. Rajat Patikar का भी I think finger में कुछ problem था, तो देखते हैं. Hopefully it's not too much of a problem and they get back into the groove.
So let's straight away dive into. Before we talk about the match, I want to start with the history of RCB versus KKR. ठीक है? So history starts from 2008 first match. It's not last season or 2 seasons, or they're not even our neighbors. So I want you to put some, flashback on in your memory. What's your understanding of the history? Is there any history, or other than Brent? I have a lot of moments, but I want to know: is the history hyped up, or is the history just a gimmick?
No, definitely it is a rivalry जैसे बोलते हैं स्टार स्पोर्ट्स वाले तो दे portray it as something पता नहीं क्या बोलते हैं वो लोग तो personally in my head there is one moment जो कि I very vividly remember. It is I think of 2013 or 14. RCB had almost won the game. AB de Villiers was batting. He hit the shot and then Chris Lynn took that overhead catch falling behind. And at that time I was a kid. तो पता नहीं क्या हुआ. I just naturally started hating KKR, disliking KKR, which continued until I think 2019-20. उसके बाद से I became more neutral towards them. But that is one moment which is stuck in my head for some reason. So, like you mentioned, the first game, Brendan McCullum, 158 not out, and just set the stage. So definitely, कुछ तो है यहाँ पे. There is some kind of a history, and I'm not too sure about the head-to-head numbers. Who is leading? शायद KKR ही आगे है, but not by too much, if I remember right. So hopefully RCB they make a comeback now.
So last 10 matches, if I see, the head-to-head is 6-4 towards KKR. And as you said, something about KKR I also personally never liked. I still don't like them as a team. I don't know what is. It may be Gambhir factor because or the clash between later Gambhir was, but I think Gambhir was somewhere else that time. And there is for me there is 49 all outs fiasco, and
I
then there
forgot.
is
Yeah,
yeah, then there is an Andrew Russell's. I think he scored some 60 odd runs in very 20 odd balls in Chinnaswamy, and
right.
somehow they used to always win against us. So I was nervous in the beginning of this season also when we had our first match against them, right?
Hmm.
So straight away, I want you to start. What do you think of Saturday's match? You think personally, I too want to warn Ajinkya Rahane, not because one, they are playing for survival, second, we are, RCB is on a, on a certain swag mode, winning easily. They're not looking uncomfortable, they're looking like winning easily, or the tough matches have been converted into a win. So and the one more important moment is Virat Kohli has announced his retirement, so this is his first match post retirement, so it's going to be an event in Chinnaswamy as per what I understand. So, what do you think Saturday is going to happen? And let me know about. Let's talk about majorly, obviously RCB, but थोड़ा KKR को भी दे देते हैं footage.
Yeah, विराट कोहली का रिटायरमेंट हुआ है. I've heard कि fans are deciding to fill the stadium up with white jerseys to kind of give him a tribute, and RCB also I think have planned some kind of facilitation for Virat Kohli before the game. So थोड़ा तो माहौल रहेगा, atmosphere रहेगा, but then you jump into the game. So Devdutt Padikkal ruled out from RCB's point of view. That's one big loss because I feel he was playing a quietly pivotal role, which I've mentioned multiple times on this channel as well as on my Twitter account. So he will be a big miss. And Kyoki he is out, suddenly you have no left-handers until number 7, unless you play Jacob Bethel in place of Phil Salt. So he will be a big miss. And his replacement also, we have Mayank Agarwal. Why Mayank Agarwal? I am not too sure. Maybe Karnataka boy hai, that factor is there. So probably because of that. But agar logically dekhe, Mayank Agarwal, I have the stats with me over here. He averages 14.9 against leg spin in his IPL career. And Devdutt Padikkal, as a left-hander, his major role was to attack leg spin and left arm spin. And they have replaced him with whom? Mayank Agarwal, who is averaging 14.9. So the replacement does not make any kind of tactical sense to me. वो Karnataka boy है, experienced guy, experience of playing at Chinnaswamy, this that, and maybe they have brought him in. But that's what I feel. कि probably they could have searched for someone else, but ठीक है, अब क्या करें? And Josh Hazelwood is not there from RCB's point of view in this game. Lungi and Giddy, although he bowled very well in the previous game, he got 3 for 30, but Hazelwood will be a big miss at Chinnaswamy. He is RCB's highest wicket taker this season and also the highest wicket taker at Chinnaswamy this season with, I think, a strike rate of 10 or something in the 13-14 overs which he has bowled. So he will be a massive miss. KKR's point of view, I think Moeen Ali and Rovman Powell are not available. So we might see Andre Nokia coming into the team. And I'm not too sure why Manish Pandey played in the last game. So I think Venkatesh Iyer will replace him back. So that's what I see, high level overview.
So, since you covered so many points, let's dive into one of the aspects of the game. So, this is what I was discussing with you offline also. That who will you play? Will you be playing Mayank instead of Devdutt, or will you be going with Swastik, or will you completely go with Krunal at promoted at top order to play in like a one down or two down depending.
नहीं, आई थिंक दोनों में से एक को तो खिलाना ही पड़ेगा. इवन इफ यू प्रमोट कृणाल अप द ऑर्डर, your batting will end at number 7 if you don't play any one of these guys. And out of those 7, one will be Krunal, which is a low value floater kind of a wicket. So एक को तो खिलाना पड़ेगा. Now whether they go with the experience of Mayank Agarwal or they go with the youth of Swastik Chikara, वो देखना पड़ेगा. And I feel कि the decision should be made depending on how they are batting in the nets. And that is something which we cannot see, so I cannot exactly comment upon. But इन दोनों में से एक को खिलाना तो पड़ेगा. And yes, that option is there कि आप कृणाल पांड्या को ऊपर promote करो, use him as a left-hander in the middle overs, especially on the back of what he did in Delhi. He played that match-winning knock. But I still am not entirely convinced about Krunal, whether if he can do it day in, day out. But yeah, I would use him as a low-value wicket when there is a collapse in the top order. In that situation, promote Krunal up at number 4, number 5. so that your hitters, Jitesh, Tim David and Romario Shepherd, unka entry point thoda sa delay hota hai. But otherwise, if you want to use Krunal as an out and out spin hitter in the middle overs, I don't think he is suited to play that role.
So, one more important point I want to mention here is why this match becomes kind of important or very important. One is this will determine like a complete into playoffs for RCB if they win this. It also a do or die match for KKR to have any outside chance to become part of playoffs, right? So if you see the table here, RCB is extremely comfortable at the top, and KKR is around sixth. So that's more my concern. And KKR has pretty much performed pretty well in the stadium, in the past, if you take few matches. So who is it more important? I feel it's KKR for them. Since it's do or die, but does it play a role, or it again depends on the day?
It is important for both games because एक तो चीज है कि you seal a qualification that will happen for RCB, but more importantly you want to finish in the top two, and this is something which Rajat Patitar has mentioned in almost every post-match conference या फिर जितना भी मैंने सुना है कि their aim is not just to qualify, they want to finish in the top two and eventually go on to win. Even if you look at it historically, I think SRH 2016 is the only team who won after finishing third or fourth. Otherwise, each and every season has seen a winner come from the top two. So finishing in the top two is extremely important, and that should be RCB's aim as well, given where they are situated in the table right now. KKR ke liye to do or die hai. Even if they win both their games, they will reach 15 points. So mathematically they're in there, but practically they're almost out. But then, as RCB fans, we can't say that because we saw what happened last year. So yeah, it's an important game from both teams' point of view.
That's a pretty diplomatic answer, Sparsh. So, so now since we spoke about RCB, we spoke about our KKR, we spoke about their history, we spoke about everything. Now, if since we know where we are playing this match, and last time also when we met for RCB versus DC, we had to speak about it, and I think this time also it plays a huge role because somewhere whatever I'm going at. So since it's happening at Chinnaswamy Stadium, how big a factor again? Because I feel last match was completely different pitch, kind of a setting. Also, Dew was kicking in against CSK. Initial first three matches was completely different, where first batting was extremely difficult. Second batting kind of became very, manageable or easier, if you have to say. So again, last time you had said itna bada factor nahi hai, but it did play a certain role. So what do you think now? Do you think Chinnaswamy will again play a role, or it's going to be like you still have the opinion saying itna bada nahi factor hone wala?
नहीं नहीं, आई डिड नॉट से कि इतना बड़ा फैक्टर नहीं है. आई सेड कि आरसीबी ऐसा नहीं है कि जीत नहीं सकते वहां पे. एंड अगर अभी देखेंगे, सो आउट ऑफ 5 दे हैव वॉन 2 गेम्स ओवर देयर, दे हैव लॉस्ट 3. Pitch, definitely it will depend upon that. Ultimately देखो, conditions are the king. There is nothing bigger than the conditions at Chinnaswamy. तो वो तो है ही. And I think it depends upon कौन से pitch पे खेलते हो, because we saw कि initially, as you mentioned, batting was a bit difficult, especially from that 6 to 10 meter of length, especially from pacers. वहां पे एक टेनिस बॉल काइंड ऑफ बाउंस था which was making it difficult for batters to hit through the line or connect those pull shots. Last game में अपन ने देखा it was a much better batting wicket and we saw the runs being scored as well. But yeah, ultimately I think it will depend upon the pitch and also the overhead conditions, because I feel there is rain ka threat around and that also will play a part.
Just smartly you spoke about it, and here what I have for you.
The weather forecast.
So if
See.
you see this, it doesn't look promising. And as I stay in Bangalore, last 2 days evenings have been pouring. It's not like drizzle; it's like thunderstorms. So they have predicted rain for the next 1 week. And when I removed this on Saturday, it clearly shows there is rain under thunderstorms post certain like 3 o'clock and goes on till 11. However, it seems like post 9 o'clock it might reduce it 50-50 chance. And so as you said, again, I am assuming 20 overs ka match nahi hua abhi. There's still a possibility of a 5 over or a 6 over. I think then it becomes a tricky situation for us to speak about anything. But however, if you see Chinnaswamy record, right? I was talking to you about the same. If you see here, the team which has won bowling first is 53%. And also the highest total is 287, as you said, which कौन सा pitch में, you play, it depends. So assuming it's a deck which is helping batting, highest is 287, and highest chased is not bad. But also if you look, lowest defended is also 102, 106. So this pitch is somewhat, it's very difficult to predict uh, this pitch. And even if you see the statistics, it's not, for me. It's always nervous moments when RCB plays in back. It should be the other way, right? It's home advantage. bolte hai na. So again, going back to this, as you say, do the stats make any sense this time, or they have picked a team plus Hazelwood is not there. However, as you said, Lungi Ngd bowled pretty well last match. And so what do you think of the history on the pitch? Again, we both go back, because as I said, it's a ghost, man. I wish Modi ji finds a temple below the Chinnaswamy Stadium and usko relocate kar de, because I'm tired of this. I don't feel so much nervous if we are playing anywhere else.
Yeah. I mean, especially after what we saw this season, we won everything away and we lost the first three games back to back at Chinnaswamy. But see, I think again it depends upon the pitch over there. Yeah, dekho, when it's such a small ground and when it's such a high scoring venue, it does become a bit of a lottery and the toss becomes crucial. But this season we are seeing ki due is coming in some games, it is not coming in some games. And I think more teams have won batting first this season, not just for Chinnaswamy, but overall, than chasing. So we are seeing a kind of a shift in the trend over there. And also, we are seeing bowlers find more reverse swing towards the end, which is giving them slightly higher buffer. And this is possible only if the due is not coming. तो वो भी एक देखने की चीज होगी कि ड्यू आ रहा है नहीं आ रहा है कितना ह्यूमिड है क्या क्लाउड कवर है नहीं है ऑल दीज थिंग्स विल मैटर बाकी तो देखते हैं अब क्या होता है आई मीन 287 भी बने हैं यहाँ पे एंड 106 आई थिंक व्हाटएवर यू मेंशन वो भी डिफेंड हुआ है तो एनीथिंग कैन हैपन एंड बॉलिंग अटैक दोनों टीम का खराब नहीं है बोथ टीम्स हैव डिसेंट बॉलिंग सो लेट्स सी आई थिंक आई एम एक्सपेक्टिंग अ गुड बैटल also in the last game just one more point in the last game if I remember right थोड़ा सा मतलब टेनिस बॉल लाइक जो बाउंस है वो कम था but there was a hint of turn on offer and RCB will be up against Varun Chakravarti and Sunil Narayan so this will be a battle अगर हल्का सा टर्न मिलता है वहां पे तो देखने लायक रहेगा ये भी
And Virat Kohli also mentioned in one of the interviews the spinner he doesn't like or he finds it tough is Sunil Narayan and Adil Rashid, I think. So,
right.
So what's your prediction? So one is, what's your prediction for the match? Second, who are your key players to watch? And one dark horse for RCB. Let's see. Let's hit it.
Dark horse I would say is Suyash Sharma because he has
Same.
bowled
I had the same one.
right. He has bowled very well this season, although he doesn't have those many wickets against his name, but he is consistently bowling economically and he is playing a role. Many people they doubted RCB's spin attack this season. And again, although there aren't the wickets to see, but the impact is there. Both Krunal and Suyash, excellent defensive bowling. Suyash Sharma especially because initial first couple of games के बाद ऐसा लग रहा था कि control is a problem, line control, length control, वो action सर पता नहीं कहाँ जाता है when he's bowling and all those things, but he has bowled well. And KKR, they have been the worst performing team against spin in the middle overs this season. So Suyash Sharma, अगर हल्का सा भी turn मिलता है, that googly, and he's also getting more turn on the leg break this season. He's giving it more reds on the ball. So he will be my dark horse. Key players to watch out for Virat Kohli यार obviously पहला game है after retirement है ना all eyes will be on him he will be facilitated before the game माहौल बनेगा मैदान में स्पिन के अगेंस्ट थोड़ा सा वहां पे एक मैचअप रहेगा क्योंकि रजत पाटीदार का भी फॉर्म it has been a bit up and down after the initial couple of games he hasn't performed and Patikal also is not there so that will be a matchup over there he has gotten out 4 times against Narayan and once against Chakravarti and दोनों के अगेंस्ट मिला के द स्ट्राइक रेट इज 107.9 तो वहां पे देखना होगा कैसे खेलता है विराट. And my other player will be Andre Russell. I mean, Andre Russell, Chinnaswamy, we all know it, right? And I mean, just guess this. RCB की कौन 3 player खेलेंगे? Bhuvneshwar, Ngidi, and Yash Dayal. Guess Andre Russell's strike rate in the IPL against these 3 combined.
रहेगा 160, 170 since you're hyping it up.
It's he has faced 58 balls. His strike rate is 262.1.
Oh my god.
He has
Crazy.
it. He has it 12 sixes and 15 fours in just 58 balls और एक ही बार out हुआ है.
Oh,
that
see,
that's going to be
I'm
there.
nervous. I'm nervous, buddy.
And also with the ball, he has dismissed Mayank Agarwal thrice, Rajat Patidar twice in just 4 balls, and I think एक और player को trouble किया है जितेश शर्मा. तो all round वहाँ पे impact आने वाला है आंद्रे रसल का, and he will be critical from Kolkata's point of view. So Virat Kohli, Andre Russell, and my dark horse will be Suyash Sharma.
What's your prediction? The match.
Prediction.
What does heart say? What does head say?
See, KKR before this break, they had the momentum. They won 2 back-to-back matches, and then they had a very close loss against CSK. My prediction is कि अगर थोड़ा सा turn मिलता है, तो KKR RCB को तंग करेगा. But if it is a flat pitch, I back RCB to still win the game.
See that since it's been raining for the last 2-3 days, and I think today it's not yet rained, but I am assuming it's going to rain later in the night. I feel there will be some amount of moisture which might support fast bowling. And
Right.
as you said, my heart says RCB. Somewhere head also says because there is an event, because Virat Kohli felicitation, and crowd is wanting to see him after the retirement. As you said, somehow this season we are completely different than other seasons in terms of हारते हुए जीत रहे,
जीत रहे, हाँ.
Excuse me. So we are making our own luck. I feel I'm not going to say we are lucky. We are making our own luck, whether it's CSK match, a Mumbai match, or one more match. Also, I think we almost lost, but we won. I think DC also we would have won if the rain had not come and it got easier later, post 15th over at
Possibly.
Chinnaswamy. And as you said, Andre Russell, I think I was scared even in the first match. Thanks to Suyash Sharma again, that beautiful googly couldn't pick it up, and yeah. So mine also is I'm just, because it's the first match and there's a break, I'm not sure, so I'm just being very nice, 51-49. But again, key player for me is Virat Kohli. Dark horse is, as I said, Suyash Sharma. I think Salt might come back. So Salt and Suyash both are facing their ex teams. I hope Salt pays them again like the first match, saying, "Why did you drop me?" That's the thing. And yeah, that's a wrap, I think. It's great to have you again, man. It's fun to imagine. I came with more stats today, since I had to keep up with your repertoire. Thanks for coming. I hope it's a great match, and it's not rain will not play a spoil sport on Saturday. And a lot of Kannada commentators also suggest saying, in Chinnaswamy, try to play straight. Don't play, across, because that's where I think first 2 matches we were getting out a lot. And as you said, take care of Varun, take care of Sunil, take care of who's the other guy? Andre Russell. Andre the Beast.
Yep.
Yeah, thank you for joining in, and hope we have a great battle and not a pachka. I hope to see you soon again. I hope we qualify this Saturday to playoffs, and as you said, मुझे लग रहा है top 2 will be GT and sorry, RCB.
Am I?
Oh. No. जर्सी निकालो तुम भाई, जर्सी निकालो. ये क्या हो गया तुम्हें? And I'm hearing finals will be in Ahmedabad, and I don't like that. I'm not comfortable with that. Yes, so final words. Give them some poem last time जैसे. कोई poem है आपके पास इस बार?
नहीं, आज नहीं है. आज it's #playbold.
So great. Thank you so much, Sparsh, for coming in. And it's always nice to have you, man. And nice haircut. I
Oh.
hope we hope to we hope to see you soon. And please follow him on Twitter. During the match, he's really active among other cricket analysts, and most of it he gets right. Unlike last time, Krunal Pandya's in Delhi, but he's pretty good. He did back Devdutt Padikkal from day one, which I didn't, and I agree with you. I hope we don't play Mayank because his record from last 2 3 years is horrible. And thank you for signing in.
Thank you, man. Thank you for having me again. And please subscribe to Adda. I mean, even outside cricket, I've been watching the content, and there is some really interesting content. I saw the protein video, and I learned a lot from it. So please subscribe to Adda, and yeah, let's come back again.
Yes, see you, sir. All the best
Bye
for the
bye.
match.